Booyaka shot. Cheer. If you hear the sound of my voice, you are watching the uncut version of this week's live stream. Either you're watching it in real time when we actually recorded the show, or you're watching the replay that will be released about 7 days from the live recording. Something that we're trying new here at Believe in Fantasy. It's worked exceptionally well. Gives me an opportunity to really clean up the live stream a little bit and present a more polished episode for you via audio podcast and video podcast. So we're just hyped about it. So I can be a little more loosey-goosey at the beginning because I'm going to edit it down. And then by the time you watch it, you just get to connect with me in this real intimate, real unfiltered space. With that being said, I'm going to get right into the recording. I got a few notes here I'm going to pull up. Tonight we're going to be doing a mock draft, so buckle up your seatbelts. If you have a friend that you think will get some value out of this, please feel free to share the link to the live stream, whether you're watching the replay in 7 days in the future, or if you're watching it live with us on YouTube or on X. So we're going to jump right into the get down. Are you shaking in your Timberland boots, scared to death because your fantasy basketball draft is right around the corner and you don't know what the heck you're doing? So you go onto the internet, you look for some information, but you can't find anything on Points League fantasy basketball. Guess what? We got your back. Tonight, today, whenever you're watching this, we are about to conduct a live, real mock draft for 12 teams. Let me start that over. I got a little too, I was hyped on that one, y'all. I got way too hyped. Let me pull it back. Let's pull that one back in. Let me pull that one back in. Goodness gracious. All right, cool. Are you shaking in your Timberland boots because you have never done a fantasy basketball draft before? So you go onto the internet, you do some digging, you do some searching, but you can't find anything on points leagues. Guess what? You are in luck. Today, we are going to be conducting a 12-team points league mock draft, picking from the 12th position. We believe every NBA fan that plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. So we are cooking with hot grease this season as we roll into the NBA kickoff. We are here just creating content for you to win your fantasy basketball points leagues. But this season we are doing something new. We are giving away basketball cards from my personal collection just as a token of my appreciation for you showing up and riding with us this season. So this episode is no different. We will be giving away a rookie, Tyrese. There we go. Get that focus off. A rookie Tyrese Halliburton card. A rookie card from Tyrese Halliburton. It's in great condition. If you want to, you can get it graded, all of that good stuff. And all you have to do to win this card is leave a comment on the YouTube version of this episode. But in order to be eligible to win, we have to get this episode, the YouTube version, up to 100 likes. So we got to get it up to 100 likes, and then we'll send you this card. We've already given away 2 cards. I announced the winners in our comments for the other 2 cards that we had, which was an Ant-Man that we gave to my man Mark Atkinson. So congratulations to you, Mark. And also a LaMelo Ball card, which we're giving to my man Cipello 310. Now, Cipello has not claimed his card. We're going to give you a little bit of time. Mark did go ahead and claim his card, so we're excited about that. One more note on the giveaways. We wanted to give away this Josh Giddey rated rookie card here on one of our episodes, and it didn't get the 100 likes that it needed. It's at 75 right now. So if you guys want that card, you can go to that video. I believe it's the video that has SGA on the cover of it. I'm not sure. I'll drop it in the comments of the video to just give you a link to make it easy for you. Now, with that being said, I know you guys are not here for me to be talking about all these daggone giveaways that I'm doing. You're here for a fantasy basketball mock draft, so let's jump right on in. Before we start the mock draft, you know I always like to show love to the community that pulls up to ride with me. So first up, we got my man Mosky Buckets from the first position. We got my man Baz Attack, Reed One, who is a regular here. My man MC Fizz Biz, realest name in the game. Poppy Dill, JX Mari, Big 0613. Excuse me. We got Fat Free Cheese. I like that name. Then we got my man Mark. We got CVX1. We got Kato Boyo, and I will be drafting from the 12th position. Let's kick this mama jamma off. Let's get it. Okay, so the mock draft is rolling. We are in full effect here. And you know what we like to say, 12th pick, oh baby. Somebody asked me on TikTok the other day, hey, Robin, what's your favorite position to draft from? I was like, yo, give me the last position. I don't care. Is it a 10-team league? Give me the 10th. Is it a 12-team league? Give me the 12th. Because I love that back-to-back on the turn. So for me, I really love 12 and 1. I rarely get the first pick in drafts when I get picked randomly. So, that's just my life. Let's go ahead and start with the recap. At number 1, we have Nikola Jokic. No surprise there. Victor Wembanyama at the 2, no surprise there, and Luka Doncic at the 1-3. Again, those are my top 3. Not in that order. I have Wemby first, but I'll take Wemby or Jokic at the 1 or 2, and then I would take Luka third. I know many have concerns around Luka's playoff schedule. For me, it makes total sense, and if you wanted to fade Luka Doncic for someone like SGA or Giannis, I wouldn't even be mad. However, one thing you want to keep in mind is that for someone to be available for 2 games in the playoffs, you have to make the freaking playoffs. Let that sink in. So I'm gonna take Luka, get to the playoffs, and then I'll figure it out. Because 9 times out of 10. When you get to the end of the fantasy basketball season, no one's team looks the same. After Luka at the 1-3, we have Giannis at the 1-4, SGA at the 1-5, Anthony Davis at the 1-6. Not surprised by any of this. Embiid at the 1-7, Edwards at the 1-8. I'm coming up on my pick now, so I want to kind of lock in a little bit. Got some options here for me. Definitely not where I want to be in life right here, but I'm going to go ahead and frame up both of my players. So I think I'm going to grab Halliburton here. And I haven't drafted the King yet, but I think I might take the King. I haven't drafted any LeBron James yet. I have him at 10 on my points leagues rankings. I'm going to take the King. Okay, so after Joel Embiid at the 1-7, we have Anthony Edwards at the 1.8. Then we have Sabonis at the 1.9, Tatum at the 1.10, Trae Young at the 1.11, and then I grabbed Halliburton at the 1.12. Top of the second, LeBron James goes at the 2-1. Then we have Jalen Brunson at the 2-2. The only one I really have any real concerns about in this, I feel like maybe Anthony Edwards went a little high at the 1.8, but I'm not mad at it. And Jason Tatum also, I'm not as high on him, so him going at the 1.10, I would have preferred someone like Trae Young there before Tatum, but still a great pick. After Jalen Brunson at the 2-2, we got KD at the 2-3. Many people are lower on KD this year, but I'm fine with him going at the 2-3 for a points league. Kyrie Irving at the 2-4. That is a little pricey for my taste. Questionable work. I would not do that. I probably look at Kyrie maybe at the back end of the second, maybe even into the third. Glancing at where I have him right now, Where do I have Kyrie? Yeah, I got Kyrie like 34, so like in the middle of the third round. I'm not really banging with Kyrie at the 2-4. At the 2-5, I am messing with some Scotty Barnes. I'm all in on Scotty Barnes. Top is off, boobies is out, hair blowing in the freaking wind. At the 2-6, we got Donovan Mitchell. Love that pick. Ja Morant at the 2-7. Many are higher on Ja Morant than I am, and it makes complete sense. I think by industry standards, this is tons of value for Ja Morant. He should definitely be going at the end of the first round, top of the second at the latest. To get him this late in the second round, I think that's tons of value. Tyrese Maxey at the 2-8. Yes. Then we got my man MC Fizbiz up with the 2-9 pick. Let's see what he comes up with. Devin Booker. Devin Booker, someone that has not been as popular as he's been in the past, but he's still going in that same territory. He doesn't seem like he's ever going to be a player that leaps into that first round value. He's kind of been a staple of the second round for a number of years. Interesting to see that some players, specifically James Harden and LaMelo Ball. Well, LaMelo Ball just went off, so let's go ahead and recap. We have Devin Booker at the 2-9, then Alperen Sengun at the 2-10. Yes. Then LaMelo Ball at the 2-11. I think that is super duper value for LaMelo Ball. Then we have Steph Curry at the 2-12. How the mighty have fallen. Every time I see Steph Curry go this late, I just want to pull out a little violin and just like, man, how the mighty have fallen. Then we have Paolo Banchero at the top of the third. Finally, my man James the Beard Harden falls all the way to the 3-2. I think that is tons of value. I think James Harden is a late first rounder, early to mid second rounder if you want to take him there, but definitely somebody I'm rolling my dice on in many drafts. I think I grabbed him in one draft, a cash draft that I did recently with some friends. At the 3-3, we got De'Aaron Fox. Karl Anthony Towns at the 3-4. I think that is tons of value. Man, I think that's value. I think that Karl Anthony Towns can go in the bottom of the second right now. If you really want to reach maybe the mid-second, but this is really good. I think ESPN's most recent rankings, I think they have him in or projections, I should say, in a draft room that I was in recently. He was ranked 22, I want to say. So this is interesting. That would be end of the second round for him to go in the middle of the third. I think that is tons of value. After Cat, we have Adebayo at the 3-5. My man Cade, Motorcade Grenade at the 3-6. Dame Dalla at the 3-7. Lauri Markkanen at the 3-8. Not so interested in Lauri Markkanen this year. Still a fair place to pick him. DeJounte Murray at the 3-9. And then we got my man CZX1 up, and I'm going to start framing up my next two players. Again, this is my favorite part about picking from this 12th position. It just feels like I'm a kid in a candy store. I'm just out here I can take who I want, when I want them, how I want them. That sounds wildly inappropriate, but I'm going to just leave that to you. Okay, so Chet is gone. Zion's gone. So it looks like I'm going to get me some wings time. It's wing time. So I'm going to grab some Paul George. And then I'm going to see if my man is out here. You know you can't do a fantasy basketball draft without drafting at least one person named Jalen. I'm going to go Jalen Johnson. There. I'm just high on Jalen Johnson, man. You could have gone Jalen Williams. You could have gone Jaylen Brown. It might have been a little too early for Jalen Duren, but of the Jalen's, Jalen Brunson's already off the board. If you do fantasy basketball this season, you got to at least get one Jalen. And if you are having a child in 2024 and you want your child to go to the NBA or the WNBA, name them Jalen. And if you want to be fancy, you can be like Jalen Van Halen Smith. Jalen Van Halen Johnson, whatever your last name is. I don't know. Maybe it's like McGillicuddy. I don't know what we're talking about here. All right, let's keep it pushing. After Lauri Markkanen at the 3.8, we have DeJounte Murray at the 3.9. Zion at the 3.10. I am very, very high on Zion this season. Have you seen Skinny Zion? We got to fire off an air horn for my man, Zion Williamson. Great pick, CZX1. And we're going to keep it rolling. Chet Holmgren goes at the 3.11. I love that pick. Because many are scared of Chet. People aren't picking Chet. Chet is not the most popular points leagues player, but he's a second-year guy. He could have a huge leap. So for me, I'm all in on him. I didn't get a chance to grab him. I would have probably grabbed him with my 312 pick, but I'm completely fine with PG-13. And I know folks have some concern about regression for PG-13 playing alongside Embiid and Maxey. Newsflash, Embiid, he don't play. He don't be out here play. He played a handful of games last year. He never plays a full season. And yes, PG-13 is not the healthiest guy, in NBA history. But in recent years, he's been somewhat durable. So for me, I'm excited to see what PG-13 does. And he's never played alongside guys this good. He's played with some great players, but nobody like Joel Embiid. So I'm excited to see what happens. Jalen Johnson goes at the 4.1. Mobley at the 4.2. Kawhi, bruised thigh. Leonard at the 4.3. I am out on Kawhi. I keep telling y'all every year. And then last year, people's like, hey, Robin, see, you were wrong, man. He actually played, man. Did you see how many games he played? What happened in your fantasy basketball playoffs, though? Huh? Where was he at? So I get it. If Kawhi drops to like the 6th round, my man Teal picked him up in the draft we were in recently. He kept falling, and he just grabbed him. I get it. I wouldn't even be mad at that. Once you get into that area, 6th round, 7th round, you can do what you want to do. But for me, it's just like, you burn me once, twice, 3 times a lady. I am not messing with you. Same thing for Jimmy Butler at the 4.4. Not messing with him. Pascal Siakam at the 4.5. Yes. Julius Randle at the 4.6. Come on. Another Jalen. I told you about those Jalens, man. Jalen Brown at the 4.7. DeMar Rosen at the 4.8. Fred, knock him dead. Van Vliet at the 4.9. Jamal Murray, I'm not high on at the 4.10. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4.11. Maybe. Desmond Bane at the 4.12. Yes, another Jalen. This is great value for Jalen Williams at the 5.1. Emmanuel Quickly at the 5.2. My man Franz the Bomb Wagner. Maybe not the Bomb. He's German. That's not okay. That's not okay, Robin. Franz Wagner at the 5.3. Miles Bridges at the 5.4. I'm okay with that as well. Got a little bit of extra time here, so let me quickly try to grab a few people in my queue to get me in order as I push through. You know what I'm saying? Can't be walking. Like my last draft, I don't know if you guys saw the last week's draft, the one that we have James Harden on the thumbnail. When I tell you, oh, baby, it was a dumpster fire. Hot dog water with the bratwurst residue. Cold sauerkraut juice. It was no good, but it was fun. And it was one of our most viewed videos of the offseason. So we're really excited about it. My main man, Money Murray, he had the number 1 pick, and he went to the bathroom, auto-picked James Harden at the number 1 pick, and it just threw the whole draft off. I ended up actually having the worst mock draft of the season. I think I gave myself 2 out of 5 GOAT rating. So this week, we got to bounce back. I'm trying to get myself a 4 out of 5 at the least. I got to step it up. All right. After Miles Bridges at the 5.4, we have Vucevic at the 5.5, Rudy Gobert at the 5.6, Kyle Denial Kuzma at the 5.7, Jarrett Allen at the 5.8, Brandon Ingram at the 5.9. People have concerns about Brandon Ingram because they think he might get traded. He might not fit with DeJounte and Zion. Zion's healthy. He keeps dropping, man. I might have to bite on that. I might have to draft him is what I meant to say. All right, so let me get focused. 5th round here. Got some options. Yeah, I'm going to just do another Jalen. This might be the Jalen episode, y'all. I might do the all Jalen draft. I'm grabbing Jalen Durant. Oh, should I grab another Jalen? I'm like, dang. Oh, because they're all like, I had Jalen searched there, so it came up all the Jalens. I don't want to grab Jalen Green, though. I'm not going to do that. You know we got to go there. Let's go. My man, the Giddler, Josh Giddey, the Giddler. Oh, Lord, give me the strength. The Giddler. All right, after Brandon Ingram, we have DeAndre Ayton at the 5'10", Darius Garland at the 5'11". I reached a little bit here at the 5'12", and I'm high on Jalen Duren. I have him at 66, which would put him in the middle of the 6th round, so that was definitely a reach there for me. But then I grabbed Giddey, who I think that's a pretty good spot to grab. The Giddler. Actually, that was a little bit of a reach for the Giddler as well. I think I could have waited a little bit for that one, but that's okay. After Josh Giddey, we have Claxton at the 6'2", Cam Thomas at the 6'3", Anthony Simons at the 6'4", another Jalen Green off the board at the 6'5". I swear, next draft, I might just do it, y'all. Because if you think about it, if I grab Jalen Brunson in the 1st round, that's legit. I could do that. Maybe the 2nd round is not really a Jalen that works for the 2nd round. But 3rd round, you could say Jalen Johnson or maybe Jalen Williams could be a slight reach. I'm going to do it. I got to do a mock draft where I just do all the Jalens. But let's get back to it. After Jalen Green at the 5'5", we have Brandon Miller at the 5. My apologies. We have Jalen Green at the 6'5". We have Brandon Miller at the 6'6". CJ McCollum at the 6'7". I am out on CJ McCollum. I want no parts of that. No. OG Anunoby at the 6'8". I like that. I like that for OG. That's bold because that's a reach for OG because OG he's in the hundreds for points leagues in some projections. So we're going to give him an air horn for that one. Bold and brave. Zach LaVine at the 6'9". Mikal Bridges at the 6'10". Derek White at the 6'11". Yes. Tyler Hero at the 6'12". If you've been with us for a while, I'm telling you, you've heard me talk about Tyler Hero in a not so favorable fashion, right? Now, if you're new around here, historically, I've been hard on Tyler Hero. Right? I have not given him the benefit of the doubt. I've not been kind to him, and I've not respected his fantasy prowess, despite maybe what some of his numbers would say for points leagues. And it was kind of a shtick for a while, but I was just kind of like, I'm going to just stick with this and go with it. But now, where we're getting him in drafts and also seeing the inconsistency with Jimmy Butler, as a service to you, I need to make sure that I'm providing like solid value. So all jokes aside, Tyler Hero, you want to take a look at him this season. I'm just saying. After Tyler Hero, we have Jeremy Grant at the 7'1", Miles Turner at the 7'2", Kobe White at the 7'3", Jordan, leave the kids at the pool with the baddies at the 7'4". Now we are here, sitting here, my man Papa Dill is up, and we are rolling. I'm going to start getting my players in line here, or my ducks in a row, if you will, to just kind of get ready, because there's some things here I want to take a look at. Let me see if some of these guys are available. Yes, this guy looks like he might still be out there. Okay. We got one. And, you know, the fun thing about drafting with my community members is that many of them watch the live stream while we're doing it. So I think that makes it kind of fun because they're like, what's happening? What you doing? And I'm like walking you through it. Like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Hey, forget about it. Come take a look. Look behind the curtain, if you will. So after Jordan leave the kids at the pool with the baddies, we got R.J. Barrett at the 7'5". Michael Porter Jr. at the 7'6". Devin Vassell at the 7'7". Devin Vassell should not go this high in drafts for me just because of the injury. I'm not messing with him right now. I'm a huge fan. Not going to draft him in the 7th round. We have Jabari Smith Jr., Kristaps Porzingis. I am out on Kristaps Porzingis. I am out. Did both of my players? Hold up. I know both of my cute players got taken. What in tarnations? What kind of malarkey y'all got happening here? I'm going to grab me Kuminga. And then for the next one, I haven't drafted Drew yet. I'm going to draft me some Drew. I'll draft some Drew. So I'm not drafting Kristaps Porzingis at the 7-9. I'm not. And even there, I think you just giving away a lot of your draft capital. You could still get really good players. I think Tobias Harris is a really good pick there. I even think a player like Kuminga is a really good pick there with tons of upside. Like, I'm not really messing with Kristaps Porzingis. I'll take him, like, maybe at the end of my draft if nobody's trying to mess with him. But, like, I'm not trying to wait for him and invest that much draft capital. Bradley Beal goes at the 7-10. Tobias Harris at the 7-11. I want to tell you, hey, Tobias Harris is someone you need to circle on your draft board. He has been one of the most, like, undervalued players in fantasy in recent years. However, him going back to Detroit, I think is going to be a great look for him. For points leagues, I think he's going to provide tons of value. For someone that you get in the 7th, 8th round, tons of value. I have him. I'm trying to draft him everywhere. I had him queued up. Somebody sniped him from me. No problem. At the 7-12, we got Jonathan Kuminga. At the 8-1, Drew Holiday. At the 8-2, we got Chris Middleton. At the 8-3, Terry Rozier. At the 8-4, D'Angelo Russell. I think that's a good deal for D'Lo. At the 8-5, we got Scoot the Boot Henderson. Listen, I was tough on Scoot last year. I was not really feeling him. It was just a huge disappointment for me for fantasy. But I think the young man is going to have a bounce back, and I think he can be valuable, especially if you draft him in this area. I'm a little parched. Let me get a sip of drink here. You know what I'm saying? Throat getting mad dry. Okay, after Scoot, we have Austin Reeves, a.k.a. AR-15 at the 8-6. Mark Williams at the 8-7. Draymond Green at the 8-8. Oh, baby. Watch out for the leg drop. WWE ain't got nothing on me. Denny Avdia at the 8-9. I like that pick. Clint Capella at the 8-10. Oh, man, I feel like we have just been having this Capella's getting traded conversation for 4 years. I don't want no parts of Capella, and I'm about to be out on Onyeka Okongwu, even though he has an amazing name. I'm about to be out on him too. Colin Sexton at the 8-11. Remember, if you guys are tuning in live at the end of the episode, we will be doing a live Q&A session. So make sure you drop your questions in the chat if you are tuning in to the actual live stream. After Colin Sexton at the 8-11, we have Yusuf Nurkic at the 8-12. I like Yusuf Nurkic there. I've been a little hard on him too, and people have been getting on me about it. I'm going to offer a little more grace, especially after that situation with Draymond Green. You know, hit him with the back spinning flying punch, the backwards Superman punch or whatever. Like, you got to give guys some grace, man. You know, he's a little shaken up off of that. At the 9-1, we got Amen Thompson, OTE's own. Let's get it. And then my man Baz Attack is up. Ooh, this is a good pick. Oh, we got to fire off an air horn for my mans in them. My mans in them. My man Bazatak just grabbed Isaiah Hartenstein in the 9th round. That is tons of value, my man. I love that. Man, that's good. Jakob Poeltl at the 9-3. We have not seen a rookie off the board. I'm calling it now. Rookies are about to start flying off the board in the 9th and 10th round. Bogdan Bogdanovic at the 9.4. Heck to the no. No, I'm not doing that. Dan Gafford at the 9.5. I'm out on that too. Folks are high on Dan Gafford still. I'm like, have you seen Derek Lively? Huh? What? Where they do that at? This young man, Derek Lively, the second, I believe, your man is going to secure that starting position. He might not get it out the gate, but I love Gafford if he's not playing with a guy like that, an ascending young, talent. Man, you got to be careful with Dan Gafford here in the 9th round. I don't know about that. Aaron Gordon, maybe. I told you the rookies was going to start flying. We got our first rookie off the board, Reed Shepherd at the 9-7. Keegan Murray at the 9-8. And then my man Mark is up. If I know Mark, he about to make a good move. Make us proud, Mark. Let's get it. Let's see what you got. Come on. He grabs Klay Thompson. I'm not messing with you, Mark. Come on, man. Come on, man. Klay Thompson? Nah, I mean Klay Thompson's gonna have some value this year. I'm not. Let me be nice. He's gonna be okay. So let me go ahead and grab my main man Zach Edey. I'm high on Zach Edey. I'm Cheech and Chong high. On Zach Edey. And let me get back to it and see what else we got hanging around here. What are we in the 10th round? And Trey Murphy the 3rd, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll take me some Trey Murphy or Tyus Jones. I like Trey Murphy's versatility. He looks like he's playing a number of positions. Let's just go with Trey Murphy the 3rd. So back to the recap. After Klay Thompson at the 9-9, we have Andrew Wiggins at the 9-10. Trace Jackson Davis at the 9-11. I want to get an air horn for that one. That is a great pick. He keeps moving up, and I think he's going to be amazing this season. Zach Edey in preseason, Why? Your man is low-key beasting. Be careful. It might smell like Rookie of the Year territory. Your man Zach Edey looks good, man. He looks like just what the doctor ordered for the Memphis Grizzlies. After Zach Edey at the 9-12, we got Trey Murphy the 3rd at the 10-1, maybe. Dante DiVincenzo at the 10-2. Josh Hart at the 10-3. I don't know about that one. Walker Kessler at the 10-4, maybe. Jaden Ivey at the 10-5. I think he's going to have a great season. Brandon Podziemski at the 10-6. Yes. And now we got my man JX Mari. He grabs a rookie, Alex Sarr at the 10-7. I love that pick. That's good to me. That is some favorable work. Let's keep it pushing. We got my man Poppy Dill. He's up. The clock is ticking. And he grabs Alex Caruso. I'm okay with Alex Caruso, especially in that new environment at OKC. He's going to get you some – he's not going to be the highest scorer, but I think a combination of him averaging, a modest amount of points with his defensive statistics is going to make him a super valuable points league player. Brooke Lopez, an oldie but goodie at the 10-9. And then we got my man Reed, one up. Let's see what he does. We got some interesting. Ooh, he grabbed Zachary Rissachar, the rookie from Atlanta. Oh là là, c'est bon, monsieur. C'est bon. I like that. I mean, he's lower. It's crazy because he was the number 1 pick, and he's lower in most drafts. I don't think I've seen him go this high. So I think that's very, very noble and honorable of you, sir. I like that. Keontae George, on the other hand, at the 10-11 is a steal. I would have taken him above just about everybody. I would have probably took him before I took Trey Murphy, honestly. He's that good. Jerick McCain at the 10-12. And think about it. One thing that and this is a nugget, especially if you're new to fantasy basketball, we always look at the rookie class as like this group of guys that's going to have so much upside. But really, where the most consistent upside lies is within those second-year players, those third-year players, especially if you've seen slow progress with a player. A great example that I love to talk about all the time is SGA. So when SGA came in the league, he averaged like 10 points a game, whatever. Played for the Clippers, ended up getting on the OKC Thunder, and within a few years, he went from 0 to 100 real quick. And I think that's what you want to pay attention to. So a player like Keontae George, a player like Chet Holmgren, these guys can have slow progress, but then at some point, they just explode, and you never know what year it will be. Sometimes it's the second year, sometimes it's the third year, but pay attention to those second-year players just as much as you're hyper-focusing on the rookies. After Jerick McCain at the 10-12, we have Tyus Jones at the 11-1, Bojan Bogdanovic at the 11-2, Cameron Johnson at the 11-3, Zubac at the 11-4. Zubac at the 11-4. So we are in the 11th round, and people are flying off, man, like flying off the handles out here in these streets. Chris Paul at the 11-5. Listen up, guys. I love Chris Paul this season. I even have him way higher than others, just because I'm hoping that playing for Greg Popovich will somehow keep him healthy. I don't know if I'm hoping on some pop magic to like load management his way into playing the whole season. But if CP3 plays like 25 minutes, he's going to return all kinds of value for you. So for me, I'm really interested in seeing what kind of dynamic he brings to the Spurs, especially with a player like Wemby to feed the rock. I think he's a great fit for them, and I'm definitely grabbing him in fantasy at positions like this, or maybe even around earlier. I'd be interested in Chris Paul. After CP3, we got Ben Simmons, and I keep seeing Ben Simmons fly off of these draft boards, and I don't know no more, y'all. I just don't know. I've been there before. Like, hey, if you can get him this late, if he plays like 50% as good as he used to be, you'll get the value back. But the issue is, he don't play. Like, and where they do that at? Were you drafting the same guy over and over again that doesn't deliver? So for me, like, I just can't mess with it no more. I've officially given up on it. So it's my pick. So let me lock all the way in. See what we have hanging out here. Oh, these are the witching hours. These are the witching hours for me. So I'm gonna grab me a second-year player. I'm gonna grab some Asar Thompson here. And then for the other player, I know it's going to be a not so sexy pick, but I just got to do what I just got to do. I'm going to grab me some Naz Reid. And again, I'm high on Naz Reid just because of all of the changes that have transpired over the last few weeks with the Karl Anthony Towns trade. And honestly, Naz Reid will probably perform at a 12 with 12th round value, 13 round value, even if Karl Anthony Towns was still there. So we don't know how it's going to really play out in terms of the rotation right now, but I do believe his value will increase with the departure of Karl Anthony Towns. That I am like very confident in saying. So we'll see how it plays out. Is he a 12th round player? That remains to be seen. However, I think from his past performances, that his standalone value with Karl Anthony Towns would warrant a pick like this. Excuse me. So after Ben Simmons at the 11-6, we have Klingon at the 11-7, Valanciunas at the 11-8, Derek Lively at the 11-9. I love that pick. Keldon Johnson at the 11-10. I do not like that pick. Rob Dillingham at the 11-11, when I had the 11-12 pick, I'm mad jealous about that pick because I am all about that Rob Dillingham life. The glaze is otherworldly. Asar Thompson at the 11-12. Nas Reed at the 12-1. John Collins at the 12-2. Malcolm Brogdon at the 12-3. Like, is he going to play? If he plays. Benedict Mathurin at the 12-4. Bobby Crazy Eyes Portis. Yo, have you ever seen Bobby Portis stare somebody down, yo? He got the most prison eyes you've ever seen in your life. Your man is wild scary. Bobby Portis at the 12-5 with the prison eyes. Marcus Smart at the 12-6. Russell Westbrook at the 12-7. How the mighty have fallen. PJ Washington at the 12-8. PJ Washington at the 12-8. So, really quick on the Rob Dillingham piece, I think Rob Dillingham is going higher and higher in drafts, and nobody else believes it but me and our community. So I think people who are drafting him based on the conversations that we're having here. But when I go outside of our circle for points leagues, people are like, I don't think anything is gonna materialize. I'm telling you, it's going to be like lightning in a bottle with this kid. And it might not be this year, but think Jamal Crawford meets Lou Williams and they have a baby. If he gets that 6-man role, I'm telling you, it's going to be lights out. It's going to be lights out. So I'm telling you, we are on it before everyone else. And if I'm wrong, I'll raise my hand at the end of the season. I'll say I got it wrong. But I'm very confident that there's a reason Rob Dillingham they traded for this guy. Minnesota traded for him. Come on, man. All right, let's get back to the recap. After P.J. Washington at the 12-8, we have Malik Monk, Buddy Hield, Jalen Suggs, another Jalen, Wendell Carter Jr. at the 12-12, top of the 13th, Shaedon Sharpe. Shaedon Sharpe is banged up. I'm going to stay away from him. Onyeka Okongwu at the 13-2. McDaniels at the 13-3. Jones, Herb that is, at the 13-4. Bronny frickin' James at the 13-5. Where they do that at? Now listen, I understand household name value. And I know Bronny's jerseys are probably going to sell like daggone hotcakes, right? However, the sports media at large is giving Bronny a lot of crap, and I'm not going to go down there. I'm not going to go down that road, but I would say for fantasy, we shouldn't be drafting Bronny James. We don't really need to do that. There's so many other guys. So, like, the list goes on and on and on of guys that we want to draft before him in a standard 12-team league for points league. So just do me that favor. Just stay away from Bronny James. For mock draft, we just having fun. Stay away from Bronny James. Karis LeVert at the 13-6, maybe. Jaime Jaquez Jr. at the 13-7, yes. We talk about that second-year leap, and he's the type of player that we could see that materialize really quick. Oh, shit. Excuse my language. I did an auto draft. My bad. Dang. Talking. Let me get locked in. 14. Let's see here. Share. Yeah, skip it over Buziles. Let's grab me another rookie, Buziles. And listen, I'm going to talk about my auto draft player in a minute because I'm okay with that too. So after Karis LeVert, we have Jaime Jaquez at the 13-7, Rui Hachimura at the 13-8, Grady Dick at the 13-9, Anthony Black at the 13-10, Stephen Castle at the 13-11, and then I auto-drafted Kevin Porter Jr. at the 13-12. Now listen, I'm not mad at this auto pick. I would say for Kevin Porter Jr., this is somebody you want to look at for those late rounds. He is a late round sleeper, and I'll tell you why. Every single year of his career that he played, he averaged a double-double. He is a scorer. He puts up buckets. He had an unfortunate situation that people are including his personal and moral decisions into their fantasy basketball choices, which is totally fair. If that's what you do, I would never be mad at that. I'm saying for me, I'm trying to win some championships. What you do in your spare time or what you have done in the past, I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with trying to provide as much scoring potential to my team as possible, and Kevin Porter Jr. is that type of player. So for that reason, I'm okay with this auto draft pick. Buzelis at the 14-1 from Chicago. He looks good in preseason, so I'm all about that. Dennis Schroeder at the 14-2. Rob Williams at the 14-3. Kelly Oubre Jr. at the 14-4. Aaron Nemhard at the 14-5. Lonzo, not Gonzo, Ball at the 14-6. Jordan Clarkson at the 14-7. Spencer Dinwiddie at the 14-8. Ayo Dosunmu at the 14-9. Caldwell at the 14-10. And then we have my man Bazatak with Jeremy Sohan at the 14-11. I absolutely love that pick. I think that's great value for Sohan. Whitmore at the 14-12, top of the 15th. Grayson Allen at the 15-1. Some available names we have out there. We have Brooks, Adams, Herter, Walker, Wood, Fultz, Brown, Eason, Nesmith. I'm going to just look at rookies only and see what else we got here. Maybe not. Maybe not. After Grayson Allen, we got Clowney at the 5-2, Conley at the 5-3, and we are closing out the 15th round. Don't forget, we are going to rate my team honestly. I have had the highest was 4 out of 5 GOATs this offseason. I don't think I got a 5 out of 5 yet, but I always do an honest review. I'm not going to be out here like, I kill it every single time. I'm like hosting a show live, people sniping my players, all kinds of stuff happens. But I always try to keep it a stack with you. Always 100% honest and real. Dyson Daniels at the 15-4 after my main man Conley. Then we have Dylan the Villain Brooks at the 5-5. Bowl at the my apologies. Dylan Brooks at the 15-5, not the 5-5. Bowl at the 15-6. Big 0613 is up with the 15-7, and he picks in 10, 9. Come on, give it to me now. Tariq Eason, that's a great pick. At the 15-8, we got Steve Adams. Connect at the 15-9. Gordon Hayward at the 15-10. And now I am up. Let me see what I can do here. I was going to take Connect, but that didn't happen. Oh, we can do Bilal. I might do some Bilal Coulibaly. We can end with Bilal Coulibaly. Again, like this is like, you're taking a swing at the fences at this point. You're swinging for the fences on this one, yo. Like that's the kind of picks that I like. Like that. Oh, my bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the actual recap so we can see how we're going to rate this team that I put together. Let's start with Tyrese Halliburton. Yes. LeBron James. Yes. AKA Father Time. PG-13. Yes. Jalen Johnson. Yes. Jalen Duren. Yes. Josh Giddey. Maybe. Kuminga. Maybe. Holiday. Maybe. Zach Edey. Maybe. Trey Murphy the third. Maybe. Asar Thompson? Maybe. Nas Reed? Yes. I'm all in on Nas Reed at that position. Kevin Porter Jr.? Maybe. Buzelis? Maybe. Koulibaly? Maybe. A bunch of maybes. I can't give myself a 4 or 5 for that one. I'm going to give myself 3 out of 5 GOAT rating. Now that you're... To get fully prepared for your NBA fantasy draft, make sure you check out... To get fully prepared for your NBA fantasy draft, make sure you check out this episode, which is about the top... To get fully prepared for your NBA fantasy draft, make sure you check out our episode about the best fantasy players for 2024. This episode was presented to you by BetOnline. And cut. That is the end of the recording. We are in overtime of our live stream. Man, oh man. Let's check. We got 80 people viewing live. Let's get it, X. Let's get it, YouTube. I'm just saying. I'm okay with those numbers. Imagine if I had 80 people in my living room right now talking about fantasy basketball. It would be insane. That's the way I look at it. So we're going to get right into the Q&A section of the show. Let's see what we got here. Bobby sent Nikola, Marathon, clinging, looking solid. How can we watch the earlier rounds? These questions, I'm getting cooked in the live stream. I picked 5th in the 12 cat. I got Giannis and pick 5th in the got Giannis, Trey. No, it'll be a headache. These are not really questions as much as they're statements right now. I got a bunch of statements. Okay, so we're going to just go to the... These are all great statements, too. Yeah, these are great statements. But I'm going to... If you have questions for the live stream, drop them in the live stream. I'm going to go to the Discord really quick and just pull up some questions from there. But before I do that, let me just shout out quickly some of the new members that we have, in the community. I did this a lot last year, and I haven't done it much this year, so I wanted to just take a minute to welcome you guys. So first off, he just joined today at 2:40 p.m. Big shout out to Yoin Kiki. Then we have 4 Dice, who signed up yesterday. Papito signed up yesterday. Will signed up yesterday. Big Papi Don signed up yesterday. And then this week we had Trill, Ovo Gary, Nas, CR King 16, Eric Polo, 1, Jay, Kulza Divento, Example Season, Dom, Bobby, Tom Breslin, Harry, Amata 68, Chris Tuff, Mikey, Sug the Bug, Lucas, Kai, Goatweed, Nas Too Sturdy, Homegrown, Mini Salt, welcome, Alex, Leonardo Braga, Bryn 04903, Marcus, J.O., Azriel, Weapon Master 73. That's tough. Sishin or Sitian at joined on October 5th. Frosty, Muffin, S. Arlo, and I just want to do all October. I won't go all the way back. We're just going to do all October people. One Pump. No, that's Womp. Drew, Cypher, 007, Mario, Steeler, Benny Pal, Online Fanatic, joined on the 3rd of October, and S479, Pingu PI, Only Me, Shankselly, I can't CHXNCII. This is thing that people do with X's where they mean other things. I'm not all the way up on that, so maybe y'all can explain that to me. Redtastic joined on the 2nd. Cameron, GT, Kobe Sharp, Carmus, And that's where we'll end it. I'll make a little note here so I'll know where to start. And we'll try to do that during the overtime of the live stream to make sure that we're just letting you guys know that we appreciate you. We greatly appreciate you. So let me do those questions really quick. Remember, if you have any in the live stream questions, not just statements, please drop them and we'll answer these quickly before we get out of here. So, is Kawhi a good pick at 54? Is Kawhi a good pick at 54? Many would say that is a deal for Kawhi Leonard. I'm not one of those people just because I don't mess with him like that and I don't really want to draft him. So is it a good pick or is it a good value at 54? I think so. If you're in the business of drafting Kawhi Leonard. I'm not, so I wouldn't do it. This one, that was from Money Murray, by the way. This one is from Baza. Baza says, 12-team points league. Smart is my last roster spot. Is it worth dropping for Horford or a Kongwu? I mean, the season hasn't even started yet, so those last two spots on your roster, you got to look at them as streaming spots. Like, you're going to end up using those to cycle players in and out, so don't get too attached to any of them. So simply put, I would look at the first week of the NBA season and what their games played looks like. How many games do those guys play? And that's the player I would look at. Specifically, what kind of high quality games they're playing, and if they're playing on the nights that you need them the most. So those are the people that I'll be looking at. Doesn't really matter who they are in those last two spots, just are they playing? Great question. This one is from Panda Box Breaks. Panda Box Breaks, we got to connect on some sports cards, man. We got to do a collab or something for the community. You know, we out here giving away cards. Panda Box Breaks says, looking for some trade feedback for a trade that went down in my league today. Kyrie for Hero and Sexton. Who wins? I always try to look at who is the best player in the trade. Doesn't necessarily mean that the person who secured the best player wins the trade, but I always start there. And for me, I think about Kyrie's value compared to a guy like Hero. There is a gap between the two, and Kyrie being the better on the other side of it, the better side of it. Sexton is kind of in the middle. So for me, I would prefer to have Kyrie there. I think that, it is a 2-for-1. You give two, I give you one. But I like Kyrie there. And the last question is from Ian. Ian says, where should Porzingis go in drafts given his injury? And what are some trade targets before he comes back? So the Porzingis question is something that people are asking all the time. And I'm telling you, it's okay to draft an injured player, especially if you have an IR spot or two, right? I'm sorry. It's okay to draft the injured player if you have multiple IR spots, right? IR spots are for your players who get injured. Once you start playing the game of, hey, I'm going to draft these injured players and wait for them to come back, what happens when your star gets injured? Now you're going to have to drop somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So for me, where should he go? Like, I am not taking him, anywhere in the top 10 rounds. People are taking him 7th round, 8th round, 9th round. I am not taking Porzingis anywhere in the first 10 rounds. For me to really take some interest, it would have to be the 12th, 11th, maybe. Maybe I think about it. And even then, I would have to have multiple IR spots for me to even consider it. So I'm out on Porzingis. We do have a couple questions here. We got my man Matt Carmody, and Matt just won. Matt, what did you win? You won the. I want to say he won the Michael Jordan card. What'd you win, Matt? Matt, let me know what card you won. But he just won. He's one of our weekly show winners. He says, who do you like at the 4 pick after Wemby, Jokic, and Luka? I like SGA. I like SGA, closely followed by AD and then Giannis. But again, just like that tier above, those 3 guys are interchangeable. I wouldn't be mad at anybody who took Giannis 4. I would not be mad at anybody who took SGA 4. So me personally, I like SGA. Next question is from, and I'll pull these up actually. This one is from BD Ryer, he says, I got Wemby, Bron, Şengün, Zion, and Randall with my first 10-team ESPN points. Is it any good? It's lots of good, man. You did really well with that. Specifically love that you grabbed Wemby there. I'm assuming you had the first or second pick. Bron, it looks like you got him at value. I like that. I really like your squad so far. Then I got a request for a team rating here. Let's pull that up. This one is from Jamari. He says, rate my team. Ja, yes. LaMelo, yes. Harden, yes. Cat, yes. Wemby, yes. PG, 13? Yes. Mobley, yes. Garland, yes. Brandon Miller, yes. CJ McCollum. Heck to the nah. I am out on CJ. Amen, maybe. Zachary Rissasha, maybe. RJ, yes. 8-man points league. I think for an 8 team, it's still very solid. I'm going to give you 4 out of 5 GOAT rating. Very, very good stuff. Oh, we got no. Cool. I think, yes. So Matt won the Jordan card. And Matt sent the picture. I'm going to post it on our YouTube, community tab and also on TikTok and all of that stuff. So we did get another question. This is not really a question. It's a statement. We're going to stay away from the statements. Okay. Cool. Okay, listen. You just finished watching our uncut live stream. Think about it like going to like a filming at a live studio audience and we do takes. Like that's how I'm going to do it. Like I'm trying to like make sure that the weekly show is a little more polished and edited this season. And we'll do these live streams just to make sure that we keep this like connection. I always want to make it feel like me and you are chilling, at the bar, at the park, or the basketball court, whatever it is, and we're just kicking it, talking NBA together. You know what I'm saying? So like we're people, we're in a community together. You're my fam. We out here. I always wanted to feel like we just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you don't know the story, the reason I even started this channel was in honor of my brother who passed away. So I do that for him, and I feel like he's here with me when we're rocking, and I'm glad that you are also a part of this experience. As always, if you have ideas, please drop them in the Discord. If you have any business inquiries you want to reach out, you can contact us at info@believeinfantasy.com. And don't forget, most importantly, play the waivers, set your lineups, and believe in fantasy. Peace.